Hi, my name is Lavinia Masters, and I am a sexual assault victim advocate. And I am speaking to you today because I recently heard on the news about a young lady that was sexually assaulted in the L.L. Woods Park in Louisville, Texas. This park is extremely close to home. As a matter of fact, this park is within walking distance of my home. And so I felt compelled to come on and share with people, with the world, not only my concern and my condolences for this young lady that was sexually assaulted by these two strangers, and pray that her healing comes fast and justice swift for those who have perpetrated her. But I also want to come on and just speak for a moment briefly to young women and young men about safety and about us being careful and about us being aware of our surroundings and how we go about our day to day. We are living in times that is not like it used to be, per se, as the older people say, the good old days, where you can leave your doors open, your windows unlocked, and things of that nature. Many of you may know that I was actually sexually assaulted in my home as a child, where a stranger broke into my own home, and that was just in 1985 in the Dallas area. Of course, it was over 20-something years ago, but the times of violence and sexual trauma is more distressing now than it was then. And it's more prevalent, and it's happening every day in our neighborhoods, at our parks, where our children go. And I know some people say it was dark. Why was she jogging alone? This was a debate that I had, and I said, that may be a contributing factor. Some people find comfort in doing it. Our neighborhood is a safe neighborhood. We're not far from the police department. It's a good neighborhood that we reside in out here in Louisville, but that doesn't excuse us from safety or being unsafe in our homes or in our neighborhoods, or crime, if you will. So my plea is that as people, as a group of individuals, like I said, females and males, but especially females, that we be mindful of these things. We be mindful of our surroundings. We be mindful if we maybe can get that jog in or that time out outside the home before the sun goes down. I know it gets dark early this time of season, earlier, and so with us working and so much going on in our lives, we try to get that time in. I see some young women jogging early in the morning before the sun arises. But if we could just find a way, if possibly, getting out and about before the sun goes down, where we have visibility, where someone can see us or we can see them, or we develop some sort of system, a buddy system, if you will, where somebody is with us when we decide to take these jogs, if it's after hours, if the sun has already gone down. I know if I walk my neighborhood, but if I walk the neighborhood alone, I walk it in the daytime. And I try to have something on me, if it's pepper spray, if it's something where I can make an audible noise, or my cell phone, ready to dial 911 or something. If I have to do it by myself, I do it in the daytime. If I am out when the sun is down, I am with my husband or someone that can walk with me, a witness, someone that can also have visibility, not just myself. Another plea I would like to make is people, please, if we are going out to jog, or if we are just walking down the street, I know we love our Pandora, we love our iPods, our iPads, all our wonderful gifts that we got for Christmas and beforehand. Just be mindful. It's so easy for us to put our earplugs in our ear and cut out our surroundings because we have our minds focused and meditating on things and trying to relieve our stresses. But be mindful that others see this and see this sometimes as an opportunity of us not having our full attention, of not aware of our surroundings. We're not listening. We can't hear when someone may approach us abruptly or approach us unexpectedly. So please be mindful of wearing things in your ears where you can't hear. Or if even when I walk with my husband, I may wear my earpieces, but I like to wear the two piece where I will actually leave one hanging out of my one ear and the other the other earpiece may be in the other ear. Or you can buy maybe just one ear covering. The whole objective of that. So just be mindful when we're doing these things and how we teach our young children as well. I saw a young man. He looks like he was no older than 7 years old, walking home from school and had his little iPad with both earpieces in his ear. And I feared for him because people see this as an opportunity, and not just for that. I mean, we could possibly get ran over by a car or walk out into the street. You don't hear oncoming cars. So we just have to be mindful of our safety. Not to say to be paranoid. By not all means, I'm not asking you to be paranoid. And I'm not paranoid. I am just aware of my surroundings, and I'm aware of the things that can happen. I have been a victim of sexual assault. I have been a victim of someone breaking in my home even after the assault. And come to find out that he was indeed a rapist that had been recently released. And so, thank God, nothing happened at the same time. But who's to say that it couldn't have? We just have to be mindful. Young lady, young men, lock our windows and doors when we are alone. Or just be aware of things that are around, just your surroundings. Try to change it. And I know you hear this constantly. Try to change the way you do things. If you have to come home by yourself in the evening, even in the daytime, try not to do everything the same way, habitual, because you never know who's watching. You never know if you have a stalker and someone that sees an opportunity and they decide to seize the moment and take advantage of you. I just want to make this plea as an advocate to you, to the general public, especially our young women, our young ladies, who sometimes we don't think about these things. Sometimes we are naive to the fact because we don't think it can happen to us until indeed it does happen, or it happens to someone we know. It has happened to me before in my home, in the privacy of my home. But I see things happen on the outside every day, and when it's so close to home again, over almost 30 years later, I don't panic. I just want the public to be aware, because I want to continue to raise awareness. This is a demon that continues to raise his head of sexual abuse and sexual assault and cause sexual trauma and so many lives, and we have to be prepared for it the best that we can be. No, we will never be prepared for sexual assault or sexual abuse when it happens. But those things that we can do for preventative maintenance, just like we prepare for our cars in the wintertime, we have to prepare ourselves, our minds and our hearts, because these type of things can happen. And like I said, I don't want to sound like I'm ranting and raving and I'm so paranoid. I'm beyond that. I'm not paranoid. But I need you to be aware. I need you to be safe. I need you to be aware of your surroundings, how you enter and exit your homes, how you enter and exit your street. If you're coming home at nighttime, sometimes I come home at nighttime, if I see young people, or even if I see strangers, people I'm not familiar with in my neighborhood walking on my street, I don't pull up in front of my home. I circle the block and I see what direction they're going. I try to get a description. Don't be afraid to make eye contact with people. Don't be intimidated by others, because you never know what evil is lurking about in the dark. Even in the daytime, hold your head up high when you walk the streets or when you're in the parks. Make eye contact. Let people know I am aware of you. I see you. I see you. Just be mindful of these things. Don't give someone an opportunity to see you coming in the home alone at nighttime or even in the daytime and they ambush you out of nowhere because you're tunnel vision. Just pay attention to your surroundings. If you pull up in your garage, pay attention to the things in your around in your garage before you let the garage door down. Make sure you're looking through your rearview windows. Don't exit before the garage door is all the way down, because somebody could slip under there. Just be mindful of the little things that could save you from potential harm and danger, and even could save your life. like I said, I just wanted to share that because that was so, it touched me when I saw the news, breaking news tonight about the sexual assault here in Louisville, because it's literally, the park is literally across the street from my home. It's within walking distance, and so I just want the public. I just want everyone to be aware, to just think about things that can happen, and they can happen instantly without you even thinking about it. And you're like, oh God, what is happening? What's going on? What's my next move? So please think about these things. Think about your safety. Think about your awareness. Teach these things to your children, when they're coming home. Don't be so consumed with our technology, our cell phones, our iPads, our little computers, where we don't pay attention to our surroundings. So much is happening in our world today, and our lives are so precious, and we want to hold on to them as long as we can, and our sanity as well. That's all I wanted to share with you. I know it's a bit much, but I wanted to share it with you because it touched me and I was so compelled to do so. So, once again, my name is Lavinia Masters. I am your sexual assault victim advocate. I am the founder and director of the SAVE Ministry, Sexual Assault Victim Empowering Ministry, and that is what my ministry does. I try to empower you. I try to empower you with knowledge, with awareness, and everything else that I can, a testimony, my story. I thank you for listening to me. Be blessed. Have a great evening. And once again, be safe out there in these streets.